Hi there, and welcome to another episode of Point, Click, Love. This week, we're digging deep and exploring an advanced technical setting that absolutely redefined my photography in an amazing way. If you've ever reached for your camera in the midst of a picture-perfect moment, only to be disappointed by the dark results your camera produced, then this lesson is for you. Even if you're a beginning photographer, the exposure settings I'm going to introduce you to today can absolutely be mastered and applied in your picture taking right away. I have the solutions to your problems and the action steps to fix them. So grab your camera, an open mind, and a willing model, and let's take some photos. One super important part of the photo taking process that you may have never heard of before is called metering. What is metering? Basically, metering is one of the ways your camera takes in all of the light in the image and decides how to distribute it back into your picture. Metering helps determine what in your photo gets exposed too dark, too light, or just right. Metering can be a critical element to your picture taking, especially in a situation where the light is behind whatever it is you're taking a picture of. Before we do anything else today, I need you to stop right where you are and find two settings on your camera. The first thing I want you to do is look for the letter P on your dial and switch your camera to it. The second thing I want you to do is to look for your metering modes. You might have to dig a little deeper to find those within your camera menu. You might even need to break out that camera manual to figure out where your metering modes are located. Do it. I promise you won't be disappointed. To demonstrate the difference metering can make in a photo, I called in a very special helper for today's episode, Brielle's doll, Baby. I placed her in front of a light source, the window in our dining room, to get the pictures that I want to show you today. One of my key tips for today, whenever you are about to practice a new photography concept, use something that doesn't move so you have the time to tweak, fix, and analyze your settings as you're practicing. My first photo of Baby was taken in full auto mode. When I did this, the flash popped up, and this was my result. Not a super pleasing photo, is it? For my next photo, I placed my camera dial out of auto mode and into that mode that says P, that's called program mode. But I didn't do anything else with my exposure settings. Right now, my exposure settings are in what's called evaluative or auto metering. Notice how in this photo we can see perfectly what is outside the window, but Baby, who should be the star of this image, is all dark and in shadows. In this evaluative metering mode, the camera takes in all the light sources in the photo and typically exposes correctly for the brightest part of the scene. In this case, the houses outside the window are what the camera is exposing for, not Baby, who is sitting so nicely and still in the window. For this last photo, I was still in program mode, but I switched my metering mode to center weighted. The exposure emphasis in this photo is now set up to go to the center of the frame. Since Baby is in the center, she is now exposed beautifully and is no longer in shadows, and the houses outside are now brightened to be a beautiful blur, so our eyes are immediately drawn back into Baby. Keep in mind this center-weighted setting, while awesome, will only work properly when your subject is in the center of the scene. Use it wisely, and you can quickly add some brightness and proper exposure back into your dark photos. Now I want to hear from you. It's time for you to take action and share by leaving a comment. Did you try out these exposure settings on your camera? How did you like them? What additional challenges are you facing with the brightness or darkness of your photos? Feel free to share your images here after you've applied this technique. I want to see them. And as always, if you liked today's episode, please spread the love by sharing this video with your friends, or come visit me at BarrelAnnYoung.com for even more photography lessons to nourish your mind, body, and soul. Oh, you stopped it. Go ahead.
Oh.
No, did you start recording?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and just... Now I want to hear from you.